The Phillies are now 1-0 without John Mallee. What is going on, everyone? That is right. The Phillies are now 1-0 without John Mallee, and that's fantastic news. Now, it's not like Charlie Manuel was even there today, and it's not like Charlie Manuel can step in and snap his fingers and the offense is going to be completely fixed. But the move had to have been made. There was a problem with the way we attacked from the plate every single day. It wasn't working, it wasn't effective, and we had to make a move. I also believe that John Middleton stepped in and made this happen, and he picked someone like Charlie Manuel so he can somewhat spy, if you will. So Charlie Manuel can be around every day, get the feel, and get the vibe from what Gabe Kapler does every single day in that clubhouse. It was a move to that degree to somewhat sneak around and see what it's like right now during this stretch to see if maybe Gabe Kapler should be here for the future or not. I don't believe this was just a hitting coach move. But I do like the fact that Charlie Manuel's back in action. Now, of course, for the long term, what does that mean? We don't know yet. But getting John Mallee out of here was step one. It's funny, I put up that video on I need change, demanding change. 20 minutes later, the news drops that we fire our hitting coach. It's like, I don't know, maybe someone listened or something. Let's get into this ball game. It was weird. It was a weird game. The Phillies struck out 15 times total, and they still won 4-2. Quintana had 14 strikeouts. It was absurd. But we had timely hits, and we also had good pitching today, and that was enough to get the job done. For pitching, Jason Vargas went 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and walked 3. But when the bullpen came in, Parker did a great job, Morin did a great job, and Hector Neris in the 9th did what he needed to do. He got so lucky in that inning. I mean, he hit someone, and then that third strike for the first out of the inning was so horrendous. That was such a bad call by the umpire. Of course, I'll take it, but Hector Neris got lucky, and he had to play around with someone on base there, so he got the job done. He was able to do it, but it was shaky. It was shaky. The bullpen and the starting pitching all around, though, was good enough to win. Once again, we win another baseball game and we at least scored 4 runs. That's the magic number with this baseball club. Get 4 runs, you're going to put yourself in a position to win a baseball game. As for the timely hits, that happened deeper in the ball game, which was nice to see. But to start this game off in the 3rd inning, JT Realmuto gets on because of an error. Scott Kingery gets a sac fly in there, and that scores a run, which gives the Phillies a 1-0 lead. We give that up instantly. So in the bottom of the 3rd, that happened for the Phils. Top of the 4th, bang, they play some small ball. They end up scoring and tie the baseball game up 1-1. Well, then in the bottom of the 5th, JT hits a solo shot, a home run, a dinger. It's now 2-1 Phillies. But instantly, we give it right back up the next inning. It's insane. And the Cubs get a solo shot of their own to tie it right back up 2-2. This is where the timely hitting came in clutch late. Andrew Knapp in the 7th inning gets on base with a single, and JT Realmuto down the left field line gets a triple down the line, and that scores Andrew Knapp, and we're up 3-2. Now we leave JT on 3rd base. I put a star next to that in my notes, and I said hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. In the 8th, we get insurance because Sean Rodriguez gets on first base when we tried to bunt there. It didn't work like we wanted it to, but he gets on first base, and Roman Quinn hits a triple, and that scores Rodriguez. It's 4-2, but then we left Roman Quinn on 3rd base. I put a star next to that and said, please don't come back to bite us, and it didn't. It didn't, because like I stated previously, Hector Neris was able to come in and do what he needed to. I'm not going to say it was pretty. I'm not going to say anything else other than he did what he needed to, and got some help, of course. Bryce and Reese both went 0 for 4 at the top of the lineup. The one thing that I can give you a positive on Bryce Harper today was that first at-bat. He was fouling off pitches. I believe it ended up becoming an 11-pitch at-bat, and to start the baseball game, obviously that's something that a leadoff hitter tries to do, put together a lengthy bat and really work his pitch count. Now, I don't mind Bryce Harper leading off. I know that bothers some people. To play devil's advocate with my own belief that I don't mind him leading off, He's so good at knocking in runners. He's so good with runners in scoring position, and he's the complete opposite without anyone on base. So why would you put him in the position every game to start the game off without anyone on base? Because he clearly struggles right now, this season in particular, with that situation. So why do it? If you're all analytical, well, that doesn't make sense. That goes against the numbers big time. But once again, I'm just playing devil's advocate with my own point. I don't mind him there, to be completely honest. But Reese and Bryce Harper both struggled big time. Corey Dickerson gets drilled in the hand, and he is day-to-day. Apparently, after the game, Gabe Kapler stated that their x-rays came back negative, so it's just day-to-day, and it's a contusion. He's been one of our best hitters, one of our most professional hitters. That's a big loss. I mean, this team literally can't buy one. Can't buy anything. It seems like everything's just going wrong this season. So Corey Dickerson's going to be out sometime. As for people who did well today, obviously JT Realmuto going 2 for 3, scoring 2 runs, having 2 RBIs, and a walk. So very productive from the offensive standpoint. Segura was able to get 2 hits. Roman Quinn was able to get 2 hits. Roman Quinn has been night and day. Roman Quinn has been solid over the last few weeks. Entertaining. He's so fast. When they showed the replay of that triple that he had in the 8th inning, I've never seen wheels like that. Never. I mean, I've seen the ball get hit in that spot, and it's a standard double for most players in this league. I mean, of course, some people can stretch it to third, but you see that all the time, and it's a standard double. You don't need the slide. You just get to stand up. He was moving. He was moving so fast. It was electric to watch. The Phillies continue to suck the fan base in game by game by hanging around that wild card. One game's not moving the needle too much for me, but I'm just saying, we're still flirting. We're still involved in that wild card spot. It's crazy. Tomorrow, by the way, Erin Nola versus Cole Hamels. That's a doozy. That's a doozy. We're watching the guy who brought us the championship. Of course, it wasn't just him, but the pitching prospect that we watched grow against the next Cole Hamels, if you will. The one to come after him in Aaron Nola. So there's just an emotional side to that matchup that is going to be really fun to watch, and I hope it's a pitcher's duel, and of course I hope the Phillies win, but I hope it's a fun pitcher's duel to watch, especially in Citizens Bank Park. Cole Hamels is a legit beauty. He loves the area still. He comes down the Jersey Shore all the time. He really does love the area, and I got a special spot in my heart for Cole Hamels, of course, for everything that he's done for this city. But as for this game, I want to hear your thoughts. To strike out 15 times, to still have the amount of hits that we did, to still come up with timely hits, you don't see that every day with this ball club. You just don't. It hasn't been a team that has really found the way. It seems like normally if they strike out that many times, their offense was nowhere to be found, but they were able to get timely hits, and their pitching staff was able to hold on as well. Vargas did what he was brought in here to do. Just get you through 6 and be okay. And it's funny when you look at who really came into the ballgame today outside of Hector Neris, it's all people we acquired. So everyone we acquired helped out when it came to pitching today. But Vargas did what he's supposed to do. Like if you get this type of outing out of Vargas, well, that's fine. It's got to be so weird. I know I mentioned this before when Vargas started for us, but it's got to be so weird as a hitter to constantly see these 93s, 94, 95 type pitches, and then Jason Vargas comes in for a game, and he's so slow. And to adjust to that, I mean, you focus on your bat speed, you focus on your hand-eye coordination all the time, and then here comes someone who throws so much slower, and it just messes up the timing to a crazy degree. I don't know how they do it. I do not know how they do it. So overall, we get the victory. I feel like so many times I've seen this team win a game 4-2 in the first game of the series, and then, maybe lose the next 2 in the series? Or throw up a stinker the next day? This has been the weirdest. The team is not loved by the fans. The manager is not loved by the fans. The management is not loved by the fans. Yet they're in it. Yet they're hanging in there. Yet they're still battling for a spot, which is ridiculous, which realistically is a disgrace from the National League's perspective. Not so much good for the Phillies. It's more embarrassing for the teams fighting for that spot. But you can't change that. That's where we are. So let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.